The England professional squad for the Euros has just been announced, and it is clear to see that Gareth Southgate has a lot of great players at his disposal to ensure that England can bring home their first major international trophy since 1966. Unfortunately, England just fell short in the last Euros, losing to Italy on penalties in the final at Wembley, leaving every England fan heartbroken, including myself. So I've decided to put together what I think is England's strongest first 11 going into this European competition. So let's jump right into this. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the selections I make and what changes you would make to my teams. Smash a like on the video if you think England are going to win the Euros 2024 and bring it home. So I'm going to be walking you through my England 11s player by player, explaining why certain players are in the team. We're going to be building 2 11s in this one. We're going to be doing a 5/3 at the back, and we're also going to be doing a 4 at the back. And more than likely, it is going to be a 5 at the back system that Gareth Southgate will play, because if you look at the professional squad list, you can see how many defenders and attackers we've got. We've barely got any midfielders, so normally with that in mind, you normally play 2 in there. And with the amount of defenders, it just shows to me that we're going to be playing some sort of defensive system. So we're going to start off with the 5 at the back one. In goal is going to be Jordan Pickford. Now, he has been very, very consistent for England over the past couple of tournaments, and even for Everton he's been very, very good. Now, if Ramsdale or Pope, if Pope didn't get injured, he could be fighting for contention. Same with Ramsdale. If he didn't get dropped from Arsenal, especially the past 2 seasons, they could definitely be fighting for Pickford's place. But I feel like this is probably Pickford's maybe last tournament, maybe ready for the World Cup after is going to be his last one. But for me, Pickford hasn't been put a foot wrong ever for England, so there's no reason why to replace him. And also been one of England's better players, winning England's first penalty shootout in a long time against Colombia in 2018. And for me, he is England's best goalkeeper at the moment, so that's why he's in there. The back 3 is going to be Kyle Walker, Harry Maguire and John Stones. Now, with this in mind, Kyle Walker as the right centre back, these 3 have all played together before in 2018 when they played the 5 at the back system, and I feel like it can work well once again. Now, you'll see why I've got Kyle Walker in there in a moment, and I'll explain a bit more. But with Harry Maguire, great offset pieces, great leadership, and for United this season, he's really turned his career around. Now, he's had a couple injury problems which has kept him out of the team, but when he has played for Man United this season, he has been very, very solid for us. And same with John Stones, had a couple of injury problems this season, but still England's best centre-half. And you've got to get him in there. He can definitely, in possession, push into midfield like he does for Man City. I don't know if Gareth Southgate will allow that to happen. That is definitely some sort of possibility. Now, on the wing-backs, we're going to have Luke Shaw on the left side, Trent on the right hand side. Now, with Luke Shaw, barely played all season for Manchester United, been injured for the majority of it, so I don't really know how he's in the squad as such. I've heard it's to do with to see how fit he can be for the Euros. That's how lacking we are in the left back position. Now, if Luke Shaw's not fit, we are in danger. It's going to have to be Trippier at left back, because literally on the squad sheet there is no other left back option other than Trippier who can play there. So if Luke Shaw's not fit, we probably won't be playing 5 at the back, because I can't see Trippier being comfortable at left wing back, but we'll have to see. With Trent at right wing back, once again, he's one of them players that can push inside, in possession. Walker can go to the right back and we can both slot into the 4 at the back. But also, what Trent is great at is going forward. He's not too bad defensively. People have definitely taken it too far with his lack of defending ability. But Trent has got essentially a free role on that right hand side with Kyle Walker in behind him doing his defensive duties for him. Trent is just freed up to go roam the pitch on that right hand side and create a lot of danger for our opponents and create good opportunities for our forward line to score some great goals. In the midfield, we're going to have a 2-man midfield of Rice and Mainu. Now, Declan Rice, he goes without saying, no matter what 11 you're picking, he is got to be in there. For me, one of Arsenal's best players this season. Continues this great form from West Ham. People think the price tag of 100 mil wouldn't be worth it. Maybe the pressure would get to him and his performances would drop off. But it's done the complete opposite. He has been an outstanding performer this season. Definitely the second best DM in the league behind Rodri, and definitely maybe in the top 3 in the world. I can't think of many better than Rice in his position. With playing the 5 at the back, it means Rice has got a bit more freedom to go a bit forward. If Mainu sits in or Rice sits in, Mainu can go forward with that extra defensive cover, because Rice is not just a holding midfielder. He's probably better as an 8 than he is as a 6. So in this system, probably suits him a bit more. With Kobbie Mainoo coming into the Man United team this season, he has showed incredible composure. Even in his England debut against Brazil, he looked completely unfazed by the occasion. And that's what you need in England, in an England team. Players that get unfazed, players that have got no fear in them. And that's why I would think he'd be fantastic in this England team. I can't think. Maybe you could put in Conor Gallagher, Conor Gallagher, you think too defensive, but with Kobbie Mainoo in there, I feel like he would be absolutely excellent and give this England team a bit more balance in the midfield. I feel like him and Rice would be a better partnership than Conor Gallagher and Rice. Just in front of the two midfielders then is going to be two inside forwards of Foden and Bellingham. Now, these have got more of a free role in behind the striker, which we can all guess who it probably is. More of a free role, so one can start on the right, one can start on the left, but it doesn't really matter. They're just going to float into pockets of space. Bellingham and Foden, probably the most informed player of the England squad right now, are absolutely on fire for Manchester City. Winning the Premier League Player of the Season shows the level that he's been at this season, and it is very impressive to see him finally getting to that potential for Man City, and hopefully he can continue his great form into the Euros. With Bellingham, had a great start to his time at Real Madrid. I think he's one of the top goal scorers in La Liga, definitely getting 20 plus goals in all competitions. Now, people were thinking, why have you not played Rice and Bellingham? For me, Bellingham has to be more advanced up the field. That's where he's most effective. That's where he's most dangerous. And that's why he's going to be in behind the striker, Harry Kane. Harry Kane can drift. With Kane, he's not a striker. He doesn't stand there. We all know this. He doesn't stand up front. He likes to drop in. So that allows for Foden and Bellingham to make runs in behind as well. So I feel like that front three would be very fluid together. And I feel like it could work really well. I feel like this team is very strong. Let me know what you think of the 5 at the back team. What changes you would make to this. So now it's time to show you the 4 at the back setup. So if Gareth Southgate does line up to play a 4 at the back, this is going to be the 11 that I'm going to pick. So we're going to start with pretty much similar back 4. We're going to have Pickford in goal, Kyle Walker right back, Maguire, Stones at centre half, and then Shaw at left back. The debate between Walker and Trent, Walker's just a slightly bit more well-rounded as a fullback. I know Trent's attacking prowess is absolutely excellent, and there's not many players that can do that. Like I said before, Kyle Walker, very balanced. And I feel like against like an elite forward like Vinny or Rafael Leao, Kyle Walker could put a stop to them over Trent. That's why I just give Kyle Walker the edge on that. In midfield, I'm going to go with Rice as the 6, Mainoo and Bellingham. Now, like I said before, Rice. In the midfield, we're going to have 2 in front. We're going to have the Mainoo and the Rice partnership once again. Them two are going to be one's going to be sitting, one's going to be pushing a bit more forward. Completely up to them. It could rotate between the two of them. Once again, I think, personally, this is England's most balanced 2 in midfield. And I'm very excited to see if Gareth actually does go with that, because I feel like that would be an amazing partnership. Just in front of them is going to be Bellingham in the centre attacking midfield slot. Now, once again, I want Bellingham to be like a second striker, like Dele Alli was to Harry Kane. Kane is going to be starting up front, obviously, so we're going to talk about the 2 wide players in a sec. But for me, you're going to have Bellingham as a second striker, because Kane is going to drop in, Bellingham making runs in behind. I feel like that partnership is going to be very lethal in this tournament, and hopefully it is, because that's the only way England are going to get through the rounds. On the left, we're going to play Phil Foden. I know his preferred position is going to be more of an inside. Definitely could more float inside, but for England, I feel like he has to play it out on that left wing slot. And then on the right is going to be, the first time we've mentioned him today, is going to be Bukayo Saka. Now, Bukayo Saka has been very solid for England in the past. Not the greatest season with Arsenal. Been very tough for him, personally, towards the end of the season. Seems like he's been playing with an injury, lacking a bit of energy. And that has shown his performances. He does look a bit tired, so we're going to have to see how he could start. If he's not ready to start, I would probably put Foden on the right-hand side and put Grealish on the left. I don't think Gareth really likes to start Grealish. I feel like he likes to bring Grealish on as more as an impact player than a starter. So this is the look at the 4 at the back. I feel like I do like the look of the 5 at the back a bit more, even though it's a bit more defensive. I feel like even though it's like that, but Shaw and Trent will be bombing up the field. So let me know in the comments of the 11s I've put together here. I personally do prefer the 5 at the back. I just feel like it's a bit more balanced. I feel like that's more realistic of what Gareth Southgate's going to play in this tournament. Definitely against the harder opposition. He's definitely going to go with the 5 at the back. I can already sense it in my bones. But if that's what's going to win England the tournament, I'm more than happy to play that. So let me know in the comments what you would change about my teams, Have I got it wrong? Who would you put in there in replacements of certain players? If you have enjoyed, please drop a like. Like I say, smash a like on the video if you think England are going to bring it home this tournament. And if you don't think England are going to bring it home, let me know in the comments what team you think are going to win the Euros. And I'll catch you in the next one.